Welcome, Transformers fans. My name is Composite EnerJoe, and today will be the first of what I like to call the first review of what I like to call the Age of the Dinobots, which is just a fancy way of me saying that my next series of reviews will be revolving around a specific theme. This theme being the movie Dinobots. So basically, my next series of reviews are going to be the movie Dinobots. And today's going to be my first one, and what better way to start off than with the not very intelligent, or maybe he's intelligent in the movie. This is the movie version. But what better way to start off with than the Dinobots' ferocious, powerful leader, me am strongest there is, Grimlock. Specifically, this is the Transformers Age of Extinction Voyager class Grimlock. And here he is in his gloriously shiny, chromey. I'm just going to call this Meccano Tyrannosaurus Rex alt mode. And here he is. And if you noticed the shiny chrome, you probably guessed it if you saw my last review from the Evasion Mode Optimus. I mentioned that was the Platinum Edition that came in a 2-pack with that Optimus and another figure. That other figure is this one. So this is, if I would be more specific, this is the Platinum Edition Voyager class Age of Extinction Grimlock. Bit of a mouthful, but yeah, that's what this is. Look at all that shiny chrome. Check it out. And for the first time on the show, since this is my first this is my first alt mode that is not a vehicle of any kind. It's an actual animal, like what's the word to say? Since this is an actual beast mode, yeah. Since this is my first, there we go, my first beast mode on the show, I get to actually talk about articulation before transformation. So let's get into some articulation. The legs can move all over. They are not on ball joints, but they can move. They have a wide range of motion. There's rotation here on this part, up there, and that's about it for the legs. And these tiny T-Rex arms are on ball joints, and ball joints do what ball joints do. The head does not move. The tail does not move. If you do that, it would just be unpegging itself. And it has one sort of action feature. You see this little switch here? This little thing right here? If you push it in, it causes Grimlock to chomp. It's kind of fun. Also, these little horns or ears can move. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the really sweet looking T-Rex mode. Oh, and I might as well mention it. I prefer the Voyager version over the Leader version, because the Leader one had a really weird looking T-Rex mode. At least this T-Rex mode is more proportioned. That one was just really weird. Oh, and before I get the transformation, here is his robot mode weapon. This mighty club. Either mighty mace or a catastrophic club. I'm still debating on that. So let's just call it mighty. I'm just gonna call it mighty mace because double M. Why not? There is a way to store this on his Dino mode, which if you need to have it like this way, slide it in here and push it in until it can't go any further. And there you go. He gets a longer tail. And it's appreciated, but it's kind of silly. The tail is just way too long. I feel that the tail should normally, I think, be about this long for this length for this body size. The tail should be at least, I would say, around here where the handle is. This extra length is a bit much. So I'm just gonna pop that off. And that's it and then we'll get to that mighty mace later on in his robot mode. So let's get on with transformation, which is pretty simple, except for I think one tricky part. So separate that, come back here, lift this up, and rotate this entire assembly down. lower these arms a bit, and then, you know, you sort of have to like move them like this. Like you separate here, move that down, and then move this entire thing back. Move this entire thing behind them. And come down here, flip these out, these are going to be the legs. Adjust this. And then this is going to be the tricky part. You come up here, and you split open, split apart, and you split apart the T-Rex skull. Hold on, this is kind of tricky. There we go. You have to, that's right, take this piece, lift this up, come here, separate this, and then you split it. But at the same time, while splitting that, make sure you move that for clearance. Move the like you can bend these. So turn these over for clearance so that you get to move this forward. So you can move that forward. And that's like the most annoying part. Then you keep rotating the legs. The jaw will be hanging down there. You lift this up. Lift this up, and it'll just it'll peg you. If you push it in, it'll just there'll be a click into place. Click into place. Then you adjust these skull bits any way you want, and then you whoa, camera, getting excited. You then turn this entire thing down, and then there is there's a peg here that pegs into, if I can get it, into this port. So when you push it down, you push it in, it'll peg into place. It'll peg into place. And then for this bit, for his arms, separate that, fold this, rotate this around, and then this here, put it there. That reveals his arms. Then same thing on this one. Be careful with that. That, at least on my figure, this is a bit of a weak connection. This chest bit. And then come back here, fold it, collapses like that, fold it back like this, and there you go. And there we have him. There is Grimlock in his ferocious robot mode. Which I gotta say, one thing I love about the movie Dinobots, I love their night theme. Like the night theme they're going. Like if you look at these legs, these look like armored leggings, armored boots. These skirts look more samurai-y, and his head kind of looks a bit samurai-y. Oh, and the only difference between this one and the regular version of Grimlock is just the paint job. But I do like this extra, like the fact that his face is there we go. It was painted all black, which looks really nice. I like that black detailing and then the silver bits. The original one is just like all gray, but I love that they added that little detail, and I love the shiny chrome. Granted, Optimus had a lot more chrome, but for what it is, this is really nice use of it. I think I would have liked it like on his legs too, but like a shining armor. So it looks really nice. And articulation, well, these are pretty much the same, except there's now a whoops, it's kind of weird moving this guy around. You can bend his, you can bend and rotate same spot. Oh, and the legs have a nice range of movement. So I'm going to articulation now. If you move that out of the way, wide range, good knee, and is this? Oh, and has an ankle pivot right there. I don't really have much to say about this guy. It's just well, a couple of complaints. One, I don't really like that on the back, his lower jaw is just sitting there. Because of this, I'm not going to call it gimmick, because I actually like it, so it's going to be a feature. The chomping feature, they couldn't find, like, I'm kind of bummed out they didn't find a way to transform this into somewhere and store it or anything, because it just hangs there. From the front, he looks great, but once you start, like, moving him to the back, it looks kind of weird. This is just hanging off. I don't particularly like that. I don't mind the big arms, but I kind of wish this like connected a little better. I wish there's a more stable connection so that when you rotate them, they don't just pop off. But that just could just be my copy, and there's probably a way to fix that. Head moves. I like the wide range of motion on his legs. That's actually great. I think that's the best part about him are his the wide range of movement of the legs. And well, let's might as well get his weapon here. You get his weapon. Just pick a hand and slide it in. Okay, don't want to do it in that hand, so this hand. Slide it in, and then you have his mighty mace. Which, yeah, if you disconnect it, then you have a little bit of, you have wrist movement if you able to just disconnect that. Which I do from time to time just to be able to get him to do some poses. I gotta say, overall, this guy is... I think he's okay. They could have done better with him. And unfortunately, the leader class... Well, I'll say this. The leader class version of Grimlock was a better robot mode. But it was a pretty bad dino mode. It was pretty terrible looking. But the robot mode was really nice. But I didn't think that the leader... What is it? The leader class... For being a leader class, it should have been that both... Calm down, camera. I feel that for a leader class, both modes should have been fantastic. Which it was. The transformation on this guy is really simple. Once again, I'm all about simple transformations. But not too simple. It's just enough. This guy's involved enough where it's not bad. But, yeah, I'm not a big fan. One thing I'm not a big fan of is lack of articulation in the arms. I feel that the arms should be a little bit more posable. But overall, he's okay. I think he looks really cool. And you're going to hear me say that for I think all of the dinobots, is that they all look really cool. They all have great... I think they all have like fantastically awesome silhouettes, especially since I really like the night theme that they're going for. Really cool. So I'll say that this guy is you stay still. Okay, don't be like the Fallen. Just stay still. Okay. So Grimlock. So Grimlock is a solid figure. However, I feel that he could be better. He looks really cool, but the moment you start like messing around with him, it starts coming apart. I feel that he could have been much better. And just I don't know, because like I said, the leader version wasn't that much better. Like, it was better in one mode, and that was it. So I prefer having having both modes be really solid, instead of having one really good one and then one pretty bad one. So, what else can I say? I said I like the figure. I'm not saying anything. It's a good, solid figure. I recommend it. However, he could be better. Especially since I feel the arms, they should have done something better with this and found a way to... Honestly, this gimmick shouldn't have been there. I like it, but I would rather it be taken away and you just fold this down to like maybe have a back skirt or something. But overall, he's a solid figure. Really like it. Good transform. I think the transformation is simple enough. The dino mode looks really cool. Its action feature is okay. It's pretty cool. I like the weapon. However, the robot mode is where it starts sort of going downhill, since it could have been better. It looks great. Like I said, really cool looking robot. Really cool looking knight. That's what I'm going to say. Really cool looking knight. And, I guess one final thought is that, have any of y'all ever noticed that Grimlock, not only is he the leader, but he's also the one dinobot, the only dinobot that I know of, whose name that does not start with an S. You're going to realize this when I go over the other movie dinobots. All of them, all of their names start with an S, except for Grimlock. and he is the leader. This was the same of the Generation 1 dinobots as well. All had S except for Grimlock, and he's the leader. I didn't notice that until somebody pointed it out to me, and yeah, that's pretty interesting. He's the only one whose name doesn't start with an S. I just found that very interesting, and I just wanted to share that to you, because you either probably realize that or you just never noticed. But yeah, so yeah, this has been my review. Well, this has been my first review in the Age of the Dinobots. This is my first Age of the Dinobots review, and this has also been my review of the Transformers Age of Extinction Voyager class Grimlock. This is Composite EnerJoe, signing off. Peace out.